Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. It's going to be a collective reading. So take whatever resonate and move to first. Pull some tarot along with my cards as well. Then we're going to pull from a few other decks to end out the reading. So, but all right, let's get into this thing. Any donations could be sent to the information in the description box. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let's get into this thing. Spirit, please give me the messages for the collective. For the collective spirit. Let me see what's the first cat. So we got death, Scorpio energy. So you could be a Scorpio, or you could be dealing with one or have Scorpio in your chart. But there could be a death to someone. So someone could have recently passed away, or this could just be a death in regards to a transformation. So you could be experiencing a spiritual transformation. This could be a new beginning for you. You could be letting go of something or someone or people, places, and things in order to have this new beginning. And you could be transitioning. This could be sudden, or there could be a unexpected upheaval if this is someone who is passing away, because this could be the ending to someone, a change. But this could give you closure if someone is passing away. And if not, like I said, if this is just a spiritual transformation, you could be getting closure from certain situations, people, places, and things, like I said, that you have released or need to release. This could be a change in work as well. There could be a change also happening on the 13th of the month or in Scorpio season. Any more messages for the F card? So, yeah, this could be in regards to a breakthrough. So, you could be the one experiencing this death and rebirth, this spiritual transformation after having a breakthrough. You could be dealing with someone who's from California, or you could be from California, or there could be a Scorpio ending things once they have a breakthrough. They could be ending something with someone from California. Why am I almost all right? Okay, but whatever. Anymore messages for the collective. So we got the Queen of Cups in the upright Libra energy. You could be a Libra or have Libra in your chart. So you could have Scorpio and Libra in your chart, or you could be a Scorpio with Libra in your chart, however you want to say it. But you could be this Queen of Cups energy after this breakthrough, after this spiritual transformation. that you've had. You could be a mature, emotional woman. You could be secure within yourself. You could be standing in your femininity. You could be very loving, caring, kind, happy. You could have a strong intuition. You could be someone who is very nurturing, and you could be a romantic. You could be loyal, faithful, shy, easily hurt. But you could be someone who is pretty, very beautiful, a daydreamer. You could be a psychic of some sort. You could have stepped into these psychic abilities after this spiritual transformation. So, this new beginning could be you being in your, well, using your psychic abilities and being more tapped into your intuition. All right. So, you could have been on your spiritual journey since 2018. Damn, get hot so quick. Or something significant could have happened in 2018 between you and a Scorpio. Then we have love. Oh my gosh, I don't want to write. I don't want. I say I don't want to write. I'm reading a card, but didn't say what I want to say at the same time. So there could be a Scorpio that loved the way you ride it. This could be someone you met in 2018. Or there could just be someone thinking about you, collective, that like the way you ride it, but they could be getting a 10-year sentence or serving a 10-year sentence. Because they could be a creep. They could give all creepy vibes. Hold on, let me see. So it could be this Scorpio collective, or yeah, I'm getting this Scorpio, but I'm gonna pull another one to see if who could be this creep. It gave me way more than I wanted. This creep could be a Leo that you're standing your ground against. So this could be a Scorpio or a Libra. I mean, not a Libra or a Leo that's giving off creepy vibes that could be serving a 10-year sentence or getting a 10-year sentence for being a creep. Like I said, this could be someone that you had to stand your ground against when it came to your beliefs. Maybe when it came to your spiritual beliefs and you having this spiritual transformation. So maybe they could have tried to stop this. And then we have fighting for your corner, protectiveness, defensiveness, assertiveness. So, yeah, you had to fight for your corner when it came to what you believed in. Like I said, you could be someone who is spiritual, someone who is psychic, and you could have been fighting up against this Leo or just a group of people when it came down to your beliefs collective. But you could be asserting yourself, but you could be finding a balance when it comes to asserting yourself. So you could be this Queen of Cups energy. Although you're loyal, you're kind, you're happy, secure, whatever, you could still be standing your ground, asserting yourself when it comes to your territory and what you believe in. So you could be standing up against anyone who is trying to stop this spiritual transformation or could have tried to stop the spiritual transformation. Then we have doesn't want you to be able to eat slash survive. So whoever this person or people is, they didn't want you to be able to eat or survive, collective. Then we have paying everybody more than you. So someone in this situation could be paying everybody more than you. This could be your boss. someone that you work for in some sort of way. And we have the lovers in reverse Gemini energy. This could be a Gemini, a Leo, or a Scorpio. This Gemini has trust issues, though. They could bring a lot of conflict to a situation, or could have brought a lot of conflict to you, or wanted conflict with you, collective. They could be disconnected, or this could be someone that you disconnected from because they have a lack of sense of responsibility. So maybe because they do, they try to take you off of your path, collective. And then we also have defeat in the reverse Aquarius energy. This could have been an Aquarius as well. Like I said, if it's not just one person, this could be a group of people that just didn't believe in what you believed in. And we have whoever this Aquarius is, they could have once wanted to defeat you, collective, but now they could be trying to come to a peaceful resolution. They could be moving on from the situation. They could be compromising or wanting to compromise with you. They could be communicating that they want to compromise and end the conflict with you, collective. And then we got the world in the reverse. We have lack of success, stagnation, lack of accomplishment, disappointment, lack of burden, and failure to accomplish. So these people could have tried to just crash your whole world down. Like I said, they didn't want you to eat or survive. And they were paying everybody more than you, collective, because they wanted your world to be upside down, collective. They didn't want you to have success. They wanted you to stay stagnant, like I said. They didn't want this death to come. If these were people that you once dealt with, they didn't want you to stop dealing with them. They wanted you to continue doing what they were doing, like I said with the Gemini. They wanted you to continue to have this lack of responsibility, or just do what they do and be into what they are into. They didn't want you to find your sense of self, go out on your own journey, have this spiritual transformation. They wanted to bring a depth to that. They wanted you to feel like you couldn't have this new beginning, this breakthrough. They wanted you to feel like you had a lack of accomplishment, and this could have made you very disappointed, collective, or that was the object for them to make you feel disappointed, like you were never going to accomplish, like you were a failure in the situation, collective. And then we got stalking on the daily. So these people could have been stalking you on the daily just to be able to do this. One of these people could be a rapper, or if you were trying to inspire to be a rapper, they could have stopped you on this journey to being a rapper. But what I'm getting is one of these people could be a rapper, but however it goes. And we have the name Marie could be significant, as well as Brock. And then we have didn't believe in karma. So these people didn't believe in karma. And like I said, if these people didn't want you to eat and survive and was just doing all this hateful stuff to try to bring an end to you, if they try to bring a death to you physically as well, they saw that this was a failure to accomplish this, collective. So, in return, someone else could have lost their life in the process of trying to have you in this position. As you see somebody laying on the floor, somebody else could have got brought gotten this death brought to them as a way of a backfire, because these are people that just didn't believe in karma, or this could be happening to someone. a part of this group. I ain't even saying one. So we got transition in the upright. So yeah, like I said, you could be transitioning collective after this transformation. You could be moving on to calmer waters. You could be healing at this time, like I said, after having this breakthrough. And you could have started this healing process. You could be moving on from certain people or moving on from this group, moving on from a place, and just moving on in general when it comes to things that no longer suit you. Things could be calming down after a storm. So this could have just felt like one big old storm. All the conflict that these people tried to bring your way, collective, just always feeling like you had to fight against these people for what you believed in. But we have you could be overcoming these difficulties, and this could be a sigh of relief. You could be getting some sort of stability after not getting paid what you were supposed to be getting paid when working with these people. Like I said, they were paying everybody more than you, collective, because they didn't want you to eat or survive in a situation. So these people, from the looks of it, they were just more worried about the sexual aspect. So maybe you were in a lustful energy at one point, and you could have started to focus on your spiritual journey, wanting to have this transformation. But these people were just wanting to be creeps, stalking you on the daily, all because they were lusting. And if this is not you, this could also be an Aquarius. Like I said, this Aquarius could be moving on in the situation, trying to come to a peaceful resolution when it comes to the situation, as they could have had a hand in it. But as they see people walking away, they could be choosing to put their sword down and walk away as well in the conflict and travel away from the situation. Also, to collective, you could be traveling by boat, or you could be on a cruise or something, or you could be just traveling across a big body of water. And then we have dreams in the uprights, Scorpio energy. So if this is you, collective, you could have had many options in a situation, many choices, multiple possibilities and opportunities, picking and deciding, but you could have been procrastinating on which way you wanted to go, or which journey you wanted to choose, or who you wanted to choose. If this was in regards to lovers, but you could have been fantasizing about some, or could realize that some of these options were just fantasies. And you could have been stuck in an illusion when it came to some of these options. It could have been wishful thinking. You could have been imagining that some of these options were actually good options for you, but they just only looked good on the outer. They weren't really good for what you were trying to do, the growth you were trying to have in the situation when it comes to this spiritual transformation. So for you to think that you could have some of these options or these options and still go through this spiritual transformation could have just been wishful thinking, or there could have been a Scorpio who had many options. This could be a player of some sort. So they could like to have multiple options to choose from. They could like to deal with people that like to fulfill their fantasies. So they could go for people that look good on the outs. They are the type of person, if it looks good, they pretty much want to indulge. And then we got, and then the feet in the upright, Gemini energy. So this Gemini at this time, like I said, they could have trust issues. They could have wanted you to have trust issues from the conflict that them and this group was causing you. But they could have betrayed you, collective, obviously, if they wanted to defeat you, end you, bring a death to you, whether if it was a death to your spiritual transformation or a death to you in general. But they could have betrayed you by trying to defeat you. They could have played like they were someone that wanted to come in and be a lover of yours, but they actually just wanted to come in to be an enemy, collective. This could be someone that complains about you a lot. So they could have had a lot of complaints when it came down to you, when it came down to your beliefs, when it came down to how you do things, just in general. Like they could have found complaints about everything you do or just everything about you. They could have been speaking ill will of you, collective. They could have been on guard when it came to you for whatever reason. Like I said, they could have wanted you to feel like a failure. They brought a lot of destruction to you. They wanted to bring so much conflict and destruction to you so that you collapse out of exhaustion or just pass away, pretty much flatline you pretty much from all the stress and conflict and destruction that they were bringing towards you. They wanted you to have the inability to cope, so they tried to curse you. And if you are a strong believer in a higher power in God, they didn't want you to believe in God. They wanted you to lack faith during everything that they were doing to you to try to bring this death to you, this ending, this defeat, because they didn't want you to undergo this spiritual transformation. Or they just didn't like you in general, collective, and they didn't want you to be on this earth because they were a big enemy of yours. And then we got investments, Page of Pentacles in the upright, Virgo energy. So you could be a Virgo or have Virgo in your chart, or there could be a Virgo that is involved that has good news and worldly affairs. It can have solid beginnings, setting goals, making plans, laying the groundwork, taking advantage of opportunities, jumping on the bandwagon, consistency, and a bright future. So, whoever this Virgo is, or if this is you, collective, you could be having a new beginning, but whatever this new beginning is could be solid for you. This could be something that you are investing in or have been investing in, and you could be getting good news in regards to this. But you could be setting goals for yourself when it comes to this solid beginning that you are building off of. And you could be taking advantage of this opportunity. But you could be understanding that consistency is key. And we have the sun in the upright. You could be positive at this time. You could be headed towards freedom. Like I said, these people wanted you stagnant, wanted you not to be able to eat or survive. And like I said, if you're moving on to calmer waters, traveling, moving away, escaping a situation, you could be gaining your freedom in a situation. And you could be headed towards fun times, headed towards success. You could be optimistic about this. Your energy could be getting fulfilled or re-energized. You could be feeling re-energized, rejuvenated. You could have a lot of joy at this time, and you could be confident. You could be expressing yourself, and you could be stepping into good luck and happiness. You could be someone who is truthful and open. And then we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So there could be a Taurus energy that security is in the reverse. They could have been working with this group. This could be a man with no foundation. They could have an unsuccessful business because they do corrupt things in their business. They could like to extort people. So this is not someone to do good business with, but they could have been working together with this group. Maybe these people made a business out of this. I don't know if this is all males, but it could be. But they could have made a business out of extorting people in order to gain security. But because they build off of faulty foundations, they have a unsuccessful business. Because they choose to do wrong to people, they have unsuccessful businesses. Like I said, if you were working for this person, they could have been paying everybody more than you collective, or this could just be what they like to do. They like to pick and choose who they actually pay correctly and who they want to shortchange. And then we have 10-year sentence. So they could be getting a 10-year sentence for extorting people. Oh, oh, yeah, my God. And everybody like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, please. And thank you. Let me get my videos out there anymore. Phew. Oh, wow. Woski. So we got Illuminati. So these people could be a part of the Illuminati. Or this Taurus could be a part of the Illuminati. Then we got everything you want in a person. So someone could be everything you want in a person, or you could have thought this person was everything you wanted in a person, but until you realize that they were a part of the Illuminati. So on the outer, like I said, you could have been looking at the outer appearance to these people in fantasy land just because they had everything on the outer, or even, you know what I'm saying, some good. You could have thought that they were everything you wanted in a person just to realize that they were actually corrupt and a part of the Illuminati. So someone that just wasn't good for your spiritual growth, being as though you were on this spiritual transformation or on your way to or in progress. And then we got playing around your home. So this tourist could be playing around your home. They could be doing something around your home, placing something around your home, or just trying to be noisy around your home. And we have slept with family member. So this tourist could have slept with one of your family members collective, or they could be sleeping with their own family member, but they could have slept with your family member. Anymore. This could be someone that you may need to get a restraining order against because they keep coming around, playing around your home. And then we have on Tuesday. So you could be going to get a restraining order on Tuesday, or Tuesday you may be thinking about going to do this, or may realize that you may need to go get a restraining order because this person keeps coming around your home, playing around your home. Then we have you are manifesting at a fast pace. So, whatever you are trying to manifest at this time, like I said, if you are investing in something, you could be manifesting whatever this is you're investing in at a fast pace. Then we have there is a storm coming. So there could be a storm coming of some sort. This could be a weather storm, or this could just be a storm in someone's life. Like I said, the storm could be someone passing away if someone is passing away, or there could be a storm coming in regards to these people just not being satisfied with not being able to succeed. A failure to accomplish, or they could be trying to bring a storm your way, collective, something your way to bring sudden upheaval towards you. You could be a plain Jane, so you could be someone that doesn't really wear a lot of makeup, if any. Then we have you are beautiful the way you are. So even though you are a plain Jane, you are beautiful the way you are, collective. We have stop talking down on yourself. So you may be someone that talks down on yourself. So you may need to stop doing that because, like I said, even though you're a plain Jane, even though you're going through things, even though people try to defeat you and end you, you are still beautiful the way you are, inside out. Especially if you are this Queen of Cups energy in the upright. And we have tattoos. So you can have tattoos, collective. Any more for this message, spirits? Any more? Any more messages? All right, so way at isolation in the upright Pisces energy. So there could have been a Pisces involved in this, or these people could have also tried to isolate you, collective. They could have wanted you feeling trapped, confined, corner. They could have put you in a position to where your hands was tied. Like I said, these people were paying you less than everyone else, not wanting you to eat or survive, collective. So you could have felt like your hands were tied in the situation. Maybe you didn't know which way to go about this or how to get help in the situation, as you were dealing with people that was a part of the Illuminati, collective. So you could have been feeling restricted, bound, like a victim, or they could have just tried to victimize you, paralyze you by fear and terror. They could have wanted you always feeling anxious, feeling stressed, hopeless, helpless, powerless, and they wanted you not to speak of it. They wanted you to be closed mouth when it came to what they were doing and what they were putting you through and how it was making you feel, the position that they forced you into. Because you could have been in a crisis or you could be in a crisis, and these people want you to be isolated so you won't speak of this. There could be a Pisces that didn't want you to speak of this because they could have wanted you in this isolation. So, like I said, they could have been a part of this group wanting you to feel like this, whoever this Pisces is. Then we have love in the reverse. So they could have wanted you disconnected when it came to love collective. So like I said, if these were past lovers of yours, they didn't want you to have successful relationships. They always wanted you to be in an unhappy relationship, always wanted you to be with someone that was imbalanced, unequal to you, incompatible to you collective. So they didn't want you to have real love, or this Pisces didn't want you to have real love in the situation. They always wanted you to find someone that would treat you like they've treated you. Like I said, someone that you were disconnected with, someone that will have you feeling trapped and restricted, someone that you were unequal to, incompatible with. And there could also be a Cancer involved in this as well. This Cancer could have not wanted you to have love in a situation, could have also wanted you just dealing with players, people that wouldn't love you right, treat you right. Then we have budgeting and the reverse Capricorn energy. So a Capricorn could be involved. So you could be dumping the old, letting go of people, possessions, or problems. And you could be getting generosity. You could be starting over. So there could be a Capricorn that want to start over with you collective. They could be wanting to be generous towards you after dumping their old ways. Maybe in the past they didn't want to be generous with you. If this was someone that pays you, if this is someone that you work for, they could have been paying everybody more than you, but they could be wanting to start over in the situation and be generous after letting some people go, because they could have been with some of these people, not realizing that these people just didn't want you to be able to eat and survive, or that was just their goal at one point with these people, whether they knew or not. But after seeing that you are quick to let people go, possessions go, and problems go, they could be now wanting to start over, be generous in the situation. And then we got apathy and a reverse Cancer energy again. So you could be taking the opportunity to let go of regrets when dealing with these people and having to deal with the situations that you experience because of dealing with these people. So you could be letting go of these regrets because you could have regretted dealing with some of these people because of the things you had to go through from dealing with them. And you could be ending stagnation, and you could be motivated at this time, or there could be a Cancer that is letting go of regrets, and they could be trying to come in and motivate you or bring motivation to you in a situation. Anymore, that's this for this reading. So we got it was all a front. So it could have been a Cancer that was fronting, or these people could have just been fronting on you collective, because like I said, They could have just wanted you for sexual reasons. It says some of these people, you know what I'm saying? But with someone in this situation, they could have only been a part of this because they were fronting to this group, pretending like that's what they really wanted for you, and they was just wanting revenge because they wanted sex from you, or smecks, however you want to say it. And we have hidden inheritance. So they could have done all of this because you had a hidden inheritance. So maybe they felt like you didn't deserve to make any money or to be able to eat and survive because you had a hidden inheritance, which I wouldn't make, which it wouldn't make sense, because if it's hidden and you ain't got it, you ain't got the money. So why they trying to take money from you that you're actually trying to make? But these people just, maybe they thought that they could bring a physical death to you. So not only just spiritually, like I said, they could have wanted you physically no longer here due to this hidden inheritance. And because they are a part of the Illuminati, so they could have tried to sacrifice you for this hidden inheritance. So they could have tried to get you up out of here before you even found out about this inheritance collective. So they could have tried to have you stagnated, had you isolated, had you not able to eat or survive, paying people more than you, because maybe they thought that this would have you be silenced, collective, like you wouldn't say anything about what you were going through because your life was in danger. You could be taking a flight, or someone may need to take a flight. You may need to take a flight in regards to this hidden inheritance once you receive some sort of information about this. You could be a public figure of some sort, or there could be a public figure coming towards you to give you news about this, which will cause you to have to take a flight. So this could be something that just happens out of the blue. So you will have to take a last minute flight in order to obtain this. This could be coming from someone in bed thinking of you. So someone could be in their bed thinking of you. This could be a public figure that knows about this hidden inheritance. Maybe they're in bed thinking about if they want to tell you about this collective. Maybe they want you to take a flight towards them. And then we have a lot of envy around you. So there could be a lot of envy around you at this time due to this hidden inheritance. So you could be the only one that may not know about this, but there could be a lot of people that does know about this. And that's why so many people had to come together collective to try to bring a death to you. If you are someone, like I said, this Queen of Cups in the upright, this psychic energy, if you get intuitive downloads, you have a very strong intuition, and you may have gotten a download or just had a feeling like something was left to you or something bigger was going on in the background. Like I said, they could have tried to bring a death to your spiritual transformation so you wouldn't find out this information, because they knew with your spiritual gifts and your intuition, you would find out about this hidden inheritance and it would no longer be hidden. So not only physically, so either way, they were trying to bring a death to you. So if they couldn't bring a death to you with the spiritual transformation, in order for you to be guided to this information, they wanted to actually bring a physical death to you. So either way that they could accomplish this, this is the ways that they try to accomplish this, just to keep this inheritance hidden and away from you, collective, because they could have been very envious of you because this was left to you. These people could have legal fees at this time for hiding, excuse me, this inheritance, as well as stalking you on the daily, collective, as well as trying to stop you from eating and surviving by paying people more than you. So there could be a court case going on, or like I said, if you're getting a restraining order against these people or someone a part of this group, this could cause you to have to pay some sort of legal fee in order to get this going, or someone that you are getting this restraining order against or going to court up against, they could be needing to pay court fees or legal fees. Maybe they need to get a lawyer. Oh my God, bending. I didn't like that shuffle. I had to shuffle again. And then more. Any more Mr. Spirit. So we got two kids. So collective, you could have two kids, or whoever this is in bed thinking of you, they could have two kids. They could be someone who is in the adult industry, or you could be in the adult industry or dealing with people a part of the adult industry. You may need to protect your crown when it comes to dealing with these people, collective, because they could be attacking your crown at this time. Like I said, they didn't want you to have this spiritual transformation, so they were definitely attacking your crown chakra as well as your heart chakra. Like I said, these people didn't even want people to love you correctly. They didn't want you to find love, collective. They didn't want you to have anybody in your corner. Then we have someone is crying. So someone could be crying. They could be crying about these legal fees, collective. They could be crying due to them getting this 10-year sentence, collective. Or they could just be crying when it comes to you, collective. Because like I said, someone could be in bed thinking of you, collective. So maybe this is someone you no longer talk to. There could have been someone that ruined the connection with you due to this situation or having a part in this situation, or for whatever reason. Or maybe they was just someone that wanted to be the player type, so they didn't love you correctly, and you could have left this person. But whoever this is in bed thinking of you, they could be crying when it comes to you, collective. And like I said, if not, someone could just be crying when it comes to these legal fees that they have in this sentence that they are getting. And we have pretty feet. So you could have pretty feet, collective, or this could be someone with pretty feet that's crying because they have legal fees and getting a 10-year sentence. And we have Instacart. You could have recently ordered from Instacart, or you could work for Instacart, or this person could who's crying. And we have can't cook. So this could be someone that can't cook. And then we have the name Bryce could be significant. And then we have moving on. So this person could be moving on from someone, or someone could be moving on from them. Whoever this is that can't cook may work for Instacart and have pretty feet, but they could be crying because someone could be moving on from them, collective. And this could be someone that's in bed thinking about you. that is moving on from this person. Like I said, this could be someone that's in the adult industry. They may have two kids, and we have no. So if you had a question in regards to this person, maybe you knew that this person was dealing with this person, and maybe you wanted to know if they were still dealing with this person. The answer is no. And we have a Capricorn. So this could be a Capricorn. So they could be dealing with a Capricorn. So this could be a Capricorn who they are moving on from, or Capricorn could be moving on from somebody. The name Kiera could be significant. We had one night stand. So this could have just been someone that they had a one night stand with. So maybe you wanted to know if they were in a relationship, but no, this is just somebody that they had a one night stand with, collective. So they could have moved on from this person or is moving on from this person after having a one night stand with this person. And maybe this person was having a hard time moving on from whoever this is that's in bed, thinking of you, collective, after this one night stand that they had with this person. But after they see that this person is not wanting them, not wanting to deal with them, they could just be finally moving on. Or they could have no choice but to move on because this person is moving on. And we have setup. So something could have been a setup. So this one night stand could have been set up, or they could have tried to set this person up in a one night stand, maybe so that they wouldn't come towards you, collective, or they could be trying to set you up in regards to something, collective. Could be in regards to this inheritance, like we have for the love of money, or someone could have tried to get into a connection with a certain person for money. And we have informant. So someone could be an informant. So an informant could have been set up, or there could have been an informant that set someone up that was trying to get into a love connection for money. So maybe they could have known that they did something for money when it comes to love, and they could have had a one night stand with this person, but it could have been only to get some sort of information in regards to a setup, collective. So they could have had a one night stand with this person, but this person didn't realize that they were just being set up because the whole time that they were talking to an informant. So that's why they have to move on from this person. That's why this person is moving on from this person, because this person cannot actually deal with this person. They were only coming in for information in order to bring to someone else. And we have fuck buddy. So this person could have just been a fuck buddy. Like I said, could have just been a one night stand, or this person could have wanted this person to be their fuck buddy. So they didn't just want it to be a one night stand. They wanted this to be an ongoing situation, not realizing that this person was already moving on from the situation from that night that they had this one night stand. Once they got the information, they was out. So they just wanted information about some sort of setup that was taking place or going to take place, collective. Or like I said, they could have set this person up when it came to this one night stand just to get some sort of information. No matter how it goes, it's about some sort of money. Like I said, they could have entered into a love connection for money, or to try to set someone up for money, however it's going. Any more messages there? Man, please. Well, I hate when cards come out like that. I'm not gonna pull them. I'm just keep those. Not like when it comes sideways. All right, so we got making investments in the upright Taurus energy. So this Taurus energy could have felt like they were making the right investments in the situation. They could have thought that things would come into fruition from all the hard work that they put in to try to hide this inheritance or be able to extort people. And they thought that they would get some sort of harvest, some reward from doing this because they could have nurtured this. They could have nurtured this inheritance. So I don't know if this person has this inheritance and they've just been watching it, nurturing it. Like I said, because with all that they've done to try to bring death to you in whichever way, they could have thought that one of these options would have worked so that they would actually be able to harvest off of it. So they could have just been watching this in the works the whole time that they were bringing you conflict, trying to defeat you in multiple ways. So they could have just knew that this was theirs, that this was going to be theirs, or thought that it would. But obviously, the hard work didn't pay off because this situation is still ongoing. Now, you could be also watching something, you could be nurturing something, like I said, if you are having a solid beginning when it comes to an opportunity that you're taking advantage of, you could be watching this manifest, you could be watching it grow, and things could be coming into fruition for you, collective, because your hard work could be paying off. So you could be gaining profit from this as well. And then we have justice in the reverse, Libra energy. So there could be a Libra also involved in this injustice, but this could have just been a whole lot of injustice that they tried to put you through, collective. Like I said, they could have tried to give you bad karma in the situation. It could have been very dishonest when it came to this inheritance. Like I said, if they were hiding this inheritance from you or just not wanting you to get this inheritance, they could have been dishonest because a lot of people could have knew about this inheritance, but you, collective. So they could have been very corrupt when it came to trying to get their way in regards to this. And they could be not taking responsibility for their parts that they played. So they could just be avoiding the fact that they have to take responsibility for all the injustice that they brought to you, all the corrupt things that they've done. And then we have charity and giving in the reverse, also Taurus energy. So this Taurus could be now wanting to give gifts, be generous in a situation. They could be trying to give charity to communities, give out assistance, donations, money, support, help, or they could be trying to help you now, collective. They could be trying to come and give you some sort of assistance after being unjust towards you. And then we have the Hermit in the upright. So, like I said, you could be this Virgo energy. And you could be this hermit no matter what sign you are. You could be this hermit right now. You could have spiritual enlightenment. You could be soul certain, self reflecting, introspecting, and you could be contemplating in regards to a situation or in regards to a person. You could be gaining some sort of truth through this spiritual enlightenment because you could be getting inner guidance. So you could be listening to your inner guidance in solitude. So you could be taking some time to yourself. Like I said, if this is you that they put in this isolation could have caused you to be this hermit energy, being in solitude. And in solitude, you could have just gained this introspection in the situation. You could have saw the truth in the situation, gained some sort of knowledge about the situation. You could be feeling like you need to be cautious when it comes to this Taurus energy. So maybe you don't want to accept something that this Taurus has or is trying to bring. Maybe you feel like it's going to come with something you don't want, or you could see this as another form of injustice that they are trying to do. So maybe you feel like they're going to have ulterior motives. And then we have independence and wealth in reverse, also Virgo energy. So you could have had to step into this hermit energy, be in solitude due to a lack of independence and stability. Like I said, if you were unstable due to you not getting what you're supposed to be receiving in regards to a hidden inheritance, not only that, in regards to um working for people that wanted to pay others more than they were paying you, collective, just so you won't be able to eat or survive, collective. You could have had this lack of independence. So this Taurus energy could have very much well had it to give to you, collective, but they could have chose not to because, like I said, this is corrupt businessman that likes to extort people. So maybe they was just willing to give you gifts or some sort of support under a certain circumstance. But these people, the money that they were giving you, the very little that they were giving you, they could have wanted you to spend recklessly with this, or they could have just caused you to spend reckless. So they could have been doing things in the background to make you have to spend money that you shouldn't have had to. So, like I said, they could have brought conflict, unnecessary destruction, and situations to where you had to spend money that you should have been saving. Then we have the Magician in the reverse. So someone could be feeling like they wasted their talents, like they were in a illusion. They were being deceitful and negative. So maybe these people feel like they wasted their talent and thinking that they were the magician, thinking that they could get you to waste your talents, collective. So like I said, they could have did a lot of things to try to bring a death to you physically and spiritually, and they could have failed, so they could feel like they wasted their talents and they were just in an illusion that they could carry this out. But they could have did this with a lot of deceit and negativity, or by surrounding you with deceit and negativity. So maybe they felt like you weren't going to be able to manifest with a lot of deceit and negativity around you, collective. Maybe they thought that with all this deceit and negativity surrounding you, that you wouldn't be creative in a situation, that you would lack the resources to create, internal and external. And then we have choice in the upright Aries energy. So there could be a choice you could be trying to make when it comes to an Aries, or there could be an Aries that's making a choice when it comes to two paths. So they could have a decision, or they could be coming up with a plan. They could feel like the grass is always greener on the other side. This could be an immigrant or someone of different race. They could be suddenly leaving, or they could be deciding if they should stay or go when it comes to a certain situation. This could be a place or a person that they're deciding if they should stay or leave. But they could be anticipating this. But they could be restless at this time, and they could be alienating themselves trying to make this decision. So maybe they don't want anyone to how do I say this? I can't think of the word right now. To pretty much fog up their decision making. So they want to be able to make this decision on their own without any outside interference. So they could be alienating themselves, trying to make this decision, trying to figure out what would be the best option, which would be the best path. But if they are somewhere right now, they could be choosing to go somewhere else because they feel like the grass is always greener on the other side. So if this is a place, they could be wanting to travel to another place. If this is a person, they could be wanting to leave one person to go to the next. And it could just be trying to plan this out on what or how exactly they want to go about this. And then we have mental activity, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, Aquarius energy. So this Aquarius in a situation, they could feel like they missed opportunities when it came to a situation, or when it came down to you, collective. They could feel like they're out of your control, or something is out of their control, or you're out of their control, meaning they could no longer control you. If this was someone that was trying to control you, they could feel like they can no longer control you. They could feel left behind in the situation, but this could have been someone that was rude towards you, collective, and it could have been very hurtful. This could have been someone that hurt you in the situation, collective. Oh, I gotta sit back. I should hurt my bike. My neck. Like, really. It's always a card that wanna come out all willy-nilly. All right. Any more messages for this reading? Any more? All right. All right. All right, so we got come to me spells. Whew. So this Aquarius could have been doing come to me spells collective, but they could realize they missed the opportunity because these come to me spells just may not be working because you're not coming towards them. So maybe they're in a hurry trying to come towards you collective. I don't know. But like I said, if these come to me spells isn't working, they feel left behind. And then we got February. Aquarius is definitely February, so this could definitely be an Aquarius. Or they you could have left this person in the month of February. Something significant could have happened in the month of February. Or they could have been doing these come to me spells ever since the month of February. Then we have green eyes. So someone could have green eyes. So they could have been dealing with someone that has green eyes. They could have been doing come to me spells on this person, on this Aquarius. So whoever has green eyes, if it isn't this Aquarius, this could be someone that they were dealing with. Like I said, that could have been doing come to me spells towards them, which caused them to miss the opportunity with you collective. So now they are feeling left behind because they could have actually went towards whoever this is with green eyes, which caused them to miss an opportunity with you because these spells could have caused this person to be rude towards you as well collective. So being as though they were under this spell when it came to coming towards another party in the situation, it could have caused them to be rude and hurtful towards you. So they could have missed the opportunity with you because of the way that they treated you. And then we have Instagram influencers. So whoever this is with green eyes that they were dealing with, this could be some sort of Instagram influencer. They could be a beer drinker as well. And we have crooked officer arrested. So this could be a crooked officer, or they could have gotten a crooked officer arrested for doing something. Hmm, or a crooked officer with green eyes could have got arrested for doing come to me spells on someone. Then we have helping you in the background. So there could be someone that's helping you in the background. I mean, I don't see why a cricket officer would be helping you in the background, but maybe the person that's helping you in the background, they be the one who arrested the crooked officer that's in the situation. This crooked officer could have been helping these people, but they could have gotten arrested due to someone that was helping you in the background. So this could be someone that's also a part of the justice system or law enforcement that knew what this person was up to or found out about this. And then we have moon sign. Their moon sign could be an Aquarius, so this could be an Aquarius, or they could have Aquarius in their moon. That could be their moon sign. And then we have group of people working against you. So we already know that. So these people were definitely working in a group against you, collective. Like I said, to end you spiritually as well as physically. And then we have Wells Fargo. So this hidden inheritance could be at Wells Fargo. And we have Virgo male. So, a Virgo male could have something to do with the hidden inheritance left at Wells Fargo, or they could have been the ones that left you this inheritance. So they could either know about this or they could left you this. Or this is the one that could have hid this inheritance from you. So there could have been a Virgo male that hid this inheritance at a Wells Fargo, and they could have been working with a group of people against you in order to do this. Or like I said, if it's the first thing, if a Virgo male left you an inheritance, it could be at Wells Fargo, and there could be a group of people working against you in order to hide this from you. Maybe you don't know that this Virgo male left you this inheritance, or you may not know that this Virgo male has passed away, collective. And then we have unmarked cars. So there could be unmarked cars that is coming around you, collective. Or there could be a Virgo male that's riding around in unmarked cars. Then we have feels like you're distant. So whoever this Virgo male is, they could feel like you're distant from them, collective. So if this is someone close to you or someone that you used to deal with, you could no longer be speaking with this person. So they could feel like you're distant at this time, but they could be watching you in unmarked cars. So you may not even know that this person is around you because they're in an unmarked car and not in a car that they're normally driving. And we have karmic feminine. So they could have been dealing with a karmic feminine, or they could have felt like you were a karmic feminine, and that's why you were being distant. So they could have felt like you were a karmic feminine doing what karmics do, and that's why you were distant from them. But they could be eager to talk to you. Even though I don't think it's funny. And then we have deleting text messages. So this person could be writing text messages to you, but then deleting them so they're never sending them to you. Maybe they feel like you're not going to answer. This could be someone that was an old friend of yours, collective. Or there could be old friends telling this person not to reach out to you. So they could be texting you, but they could be showing these friends, and these friends could be telling them not to send it to you. One of their old friends could drive a BMW, or whoever this old friend that drives a BMW could be doing this. Or if they're around this person, they could be deleting these text messages from this person or to this person because they know that this person is eager to talk to you, but because they are a karmic feminine, they could be deleting these messages. So if this person has left these messages in the draft state, like I said, they may not know if you're going to answer or not, collective. So they could be leaving them in a draft state until they really figure out what they want to say to you. But there could be an old friend of theirs that they're around. They could have reconnected, and they could be deleting these messages because they know that this person is eager to talk to you, or they feel like you would be eager to talk to this person. So before this person even sends them out, they could be deleting these messages. Or this could be someone that you were old friends with, but they could drive a BMW. This could be a Miami surgeon or someone who has gotten surgery from Miami or in Miami. And then at the top of the deck, we got girl cousin. So this could be someone's girl cousin, whether their girl cousin that's doing this or your girl cousin collective that's deleting these messages. Let's see. Who could it be? We about to see y'all. We's is about to seize. Who could be deleting these messages? Who is this old friend? So this could be a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn that's deleting these messages. That's someone's old friend. Hmm. They could be doing this because they could see that you have a potential for abundance collective. Maybe someone is trying to reach out to you in regards to a new financial beginning. Like I said, they could be trying to reach out to you because of something that they know about at the bank Wells Fargo. So like I said, if this inheritance is left at Wells Fargo Bank, they could be trying to reach out to you to tell you this information. But an old friend of theirs or yours could be deleting these messages. I don't know if they're hacking your phone or have access to this person collective to where that they could delete it from their phone. But like I said, before they're even getting a text message out to you or before you're able to see it, if it's coming to your phone and they're hacking your phone, they're deleting the messages. But this could be in regards to a new job as well, a new business, money. So they could know about some money. Maybe you have investments from a new business that was saved up because this is some sort of savings. Like I said, so this is savings at a Wells Fargo bank. So like I said, if they're back to the beginning, well, not the beginning, this like the middle. This Taurus could be this businessman that has access to this money. So they could be the one in charge of gifts, donations, or whatsoever, support, help, and all that good stuff. But they could be the one that likes to extort people. So they could be this corrupt businessman. So they could be keeping funds away from people or trying to keep it at a certain state to where that they could gain it for themselves collective, and they could be keeping this at a Wells Fargo bank. So you could have already obtained some sort of finances when it came to an investment that you had or a business job, but this could have brought you some security, some stability and abundance due to your performance. So this is something that you've already worked for collective that is in that you saved up. So you built this up collective, and this person has just been watching this. Like I said, they've been watching this investment build up. You see how the pinnacles is all the way up here. So this is definitely something that's been in savings and they just don't want to give it to you. But it's someone that wants to come towards you and tell you about this because they know about this and they know where it's at. But it's someone who's an old friend of theirs or yours that's deleting their text messages every time they try to tell you about this. Because whoever this old friend of yours or theirs, they don't want you to have this Ace of Pentacles. And this could be another Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So this Taurus could be this person's old friend, this Virgo male's friend, old friend. Or there could be a Capricorn that's this Virgo's old friend. Or they could have another Virgo that's their old friend that's doing this. So I don't know. We had the Capricorn letting go of people, possessions, or problems, being generous and starting over. So I don't know. Are they the one that's the old friend deleting these messages? Maybe they want to be the one to come in and give you this information and give you this new start. So maybe now it's just a matter of them fighting over who wants to come in and do the right thing and let you know about this information, or the one to actually give you this. But this could be between earth signs. So it could be earth signs fighting about this, or just trying to compete when it comes to giving you this information or giving you whatever this is. Let's see. We get some own messages. Any more for this message, Spirit? Any more? All right, so we got Gemini male. So a Gemini male could be someone's old friend, or this could be plenty of old friends, like I said, just fighting on who's going to come towards you and give you this information, or maybe they don't want someone to come and give you this information, collective. So they could be, like I said, deleting this person's messages. But this could be a Gemini male who drives a BMW. They could be dating someone who's a Miami surgeon, or they could be dating someone who's gotten surgery from a Miami surgeon. But these could be old friends of somebody that they're trying to hold back when coming towards you to give you this information. And we have sweet text messages. So, yeah, someone wants to send you sweet text messages, collective. Then we have a Caucasian woman. A Caucasian woman could be involved in this, or you could be a Caucasian woman. It could be a Gemini male wanting to send you sweet text messages. And we have divine masculine. So this could be a divine masculine that wants to send some sort of sweet text messages to someone. Let me see. Let me see. Cause let me see. I gotta see who divine masculine is. Who is the divine masculine? Let me see. Who's let's see. Oh damn. See, they ain't what I wanted, ain't when you giving me the high priestess in the tower. Phew. So what I'm getting is that's not what I really wanted, but what I'm getting is there could be someone wanting to send a Gemini male sweet text messages. This could be a Caucasian woman because they could feel like they're your divine masculine, collective, and you could be this high priestess in the upright. You could be trusting in a situation, or trusting that this information will get to you because you've been self-disciplined and strict. Or maybe this Gemini male wants to come to you with sweet text messages because they see that you're self-disciplined and strict. and you're focused on independence, they could see that you have spiritual insight, emotional stability. They could see that you have wisdom and knowledge and you reveal things. You could be listening to your spirit guides right now. And then we got the tower in the reverse. So someone could be resisting change at this time, trying to avoid disasters. So there could be a Gemini male and a Caucasian woman that's working together. That's they could be working together against your divine masculine collective because they're resistant to change. They could be trying to avoid disasters, like I said. They could be postponing the inevitable. Like I said, they are trying to stop whoever this is from sending you this text message to avoid loss, because like I said, they could have access to this through whoever they've been working with, because they've been working with this Taurus male. This Taurus male is a part of this group. Everybody is working together, so everybody could have had a piece of this or have knowledge of this. Like I said, they could have been promised a piece of this collective once it has reached a certain point, collective, like I said. So they could be trying to avoid loss. So they could be trying to send in a Gemini male. So a Caucasian woman could be trying to send in this Gemini male to send you some sort of sweet text messages after they done already deleted the text messages of who is supposed to come towards you with the information. So they're trying to keep this game going on when it could have been ended. So they don't want someone to come towards you with the right information that you need to avoid a disaster. So these people are actually trying to still bring you a disaster because they're postponing the inevitable. They don't want to give you what is yours, collective, even though they know that you're this high priestess and you know what's going on already. They could try to they could be wanting to try to make it seem like someone is your divine masculine. Divine masculine actually may want to be hidden. That's why he ain't come out. I'm gonna tell you about what you what you talking about in the now, but I ain't gonna tell you the divine masculine is. Then we got brags about what they have. So yeah, whoever this Gemini male and this Caucasian woman that they're dealing with, they could like to brag about what they have. So this could be people that already have a lot. And then we have Africans. So someone could be African, you could be African, collective, be African descent. And then we have air sign. This could be an air sign of African descent. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, Gemini male. And then we have roadie. So this person could work for roadie, or you could uh, work for roadie. So whoever this is that works for roadie, they this could be this air sign, this Gemini male who likes to brag about what they have, that doesn't want to avoid loss in a situation. So they could be wanting to, like I said, have someone send you sweet text messages to come off and seem like they are your divine masculine because they still want to keep this going. They don't want who actually is supposed to come in to give you this truth come in. They want to come in to play games. And then we have New Jersey. So someone could be in New Jersey or from New Jersey, traveling to or from within the time of 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. This could be a Sagittarius female. So a Sagittarius female could be telling this person to do this. Then we have a toxic Aquarius male. So these could just be these people involved. They could be withholding something from you, hiding something from you, but then bragging about what they have. So they could have wanted you in compromising situations or to have less than just to brag about what they have so they could seem like they have more than you. But this could be couples as well. Like I said, a Gemini male could be dealing with a Caucasian woman. They could be dealing with another air sign, or like I said, they could be any sign. And then there's another couple that's a Sagittarius and an Aquarius that could be together. But these could be couples that like to brag about what they have. They could try to brag about the relationship they have, brag about their materials. And then we have basketball. So you could like to play basketball collective, or someone in the situation could like to play basketball or is a basketball player. And then, like I said, toxic couple. So yeah, this these couples are toxic couples collective. Maybe, like I said, they wanted you to have the same thing. They wanted you to be in loveless situations. They wanted you to have an unhappy relationship, because these are people. This the wrong card. Where is it? These are all people that are in unhappy relationships. They are unhappy couples. They are imbalanced in their relationships. They don't really love each other. They just be with each other for the love of money. It is, you might as well say it's for business, not for love. And we got son. So this toxic couple, they could have a son, rather if they have one on the way or in the now. So whoever this Sagittarius female is and this toxic Aquarius male is, they could have a son, or this Sagittarius female could have had a son who's a toxic Aquarius male. That's in a toxic connection. And then we have a Pisces female could also be involved. They could be involved with someone's son. Let me see. What the hell? Hold on. What? So what else about these toxic couples? So there could be a King of Wands also involved, Aries energy. They could feel like they the king of all kings. See how you sitting on that throne like that, that one in his seating. They could be very energetic, experienced, and optimistic. So they could be one of the head ones in this thing. So they could be a visionary. They could be experienced, like I said. They could be optimistic, confident, strong, friendly, and fun, charismatic, talkative, fearless, free thinking, driven, and action oriented, passionate, and honest. So what did they see in the vision in regards to What is this vision? So we got moving on in reverse Pisces energy. So they could have a vision, or they could be seeing that it's a Pisces that's wanting to keep someone stagnant. They could be not wanting to accept someone's destiny, your destiny, collective. Like I said, whether if this is a Pisces female, or this could be a Pisces male, since we got sun out here. So this could be a Pisces male or female, and it's Pisces here again. So this Aries could see that this Pisces is the one that wants someone to be stagnant, because they cannot accept what someone's destiny is. They just don't want to accept it. And then we got communation in a reverse Virgo energy again. So like I said, this Pisces could have wanted this Virgo to have unexpected changes, which would be some sort of financial ruin due to them hiding this inheritance, or just not wanting to give them what this is, because they work with this group of people to be able to do this, all because they wanted them to be stagnant. They wanted them to suffer huge losses, because they know that they had a major gain. They know that this inheritance would have gave them stability in the situation, collective. They knew that this person, or you, collective, was this high priestess in the upright that you were deserving, but they didn't want you to have this, because they wanted you to be stagnant. They didn't want to accept what your destiny was. Or they can't accept the destiny between a high priestess and this king of wands. Maybe it's destined for this high priestess and this king of wands, because they both stand in good energy. They both have vision. They both are seers in some sort of way. And then we have a Taurus male. Once again, we already know Taurus all out here, but Taurus male is very significant. They could be a blood or a crit, and they could be spazzing out at this time. So not only this Pisces, this group just don't want to accept someone's destiny to have finances, and someone's destiny to come together with someone, and these people can't accept it. They don't want to accept it. And we got a Scorpio female also involved. Or a Taurus male could be spazzing on a Scorpio female for one reason or another. And like I said, this could be gang members. I got plugged up the phone. All right, there we go. And we got BV. Ooh. So this Scorpio female could have BV that this Taurus male was dealing with. So they could be spazzing out on this female because they could smell. And then we have nails done. So this could be someone that keep their nails done, collective. Or you may want to get your nails done, or about to get your nails done. But I'm getting this Scorpio female, someone that keep their nails done, but they could stink because they got BV. But this Taurus is dealing with them. But they could be spazzing out on them. They could be spazzing out on them because they stink. And then we have sleepover. So yeah, this is someone they could have had a sleepover with, a one night stand with. And then we had Latoya. The name Latoya is significant, as well as Harris. Then we got in May. So this could have happened in May. And then we have a toxic Taurus female. So maybe this Scorpio female got Taurus in their chart, or they could be a Taurus female with Scorpio in their chart, or this Taurus male could have just had a sleepover with a Scorpio female and a toxic Taurus female. And they could have swapped BV between each other. So one of them probably had BV, but because one of them had, and if they were all dealing with each other, they could have both got it. So now both of these females could have BV, smelly vajayjays because of this sleepover that they had in May. And they could be all part of this group, like I said. They could be a part of a gang. Somebody could be wanting a second chance. Is this what's on the top of the deck? So someone could be wanting a second chance with somebody. Maybe they tired of dealing with smelly vajayjay. What else? What else? Let's show flip over. I'll take it. So we got poverty. So you could be in poverty right now, collective. This Taurus male could be arguing with these females because they could have done something to have you in poverty, collective. So we got Taurus out here again, and they spazzing out on somebody. So whoever they had this sleepover with, these gang members, they could be arguing due to something when it comes to poverty, or they could be headed towards poverty, temporary financial difficulties, negative changes in circumstances, feeling left out, financial loss, economic downturn, adversity, and struggles. They could be headed towards poverty. So they could be spazzing out on these females because of this. Whatever happened during this sleepover, I don't know what happened, but whatever it is, could have led them to poverty. But this is what they wanted for you, collective. They could have wanted you to be in poverty. Like I said, to have financial ruin, unexpected changes, huge losses. This Taurus is the one that wanted to hold on to this money. So now they could be struggling. Is this the position that they either had you in or wanted you in? So you could be struggling when you got stuff that you already have left to you, collective. Like I said, you have this inheritance that is hidden, something that this Taurus has just been watching grow. Where that damn card at? They just been watching this shit grow and grow while you struggling, getting chump change while they paying everybody else more than you. You barely being able to eat and survive, all because they want to hold on to your stuff because they want it for themselves. They want it for them and they two females. So maybe this Taurus male is in a poly relationship with a Scorpio female and a Taurus female. These smelly females. And then we got the Queen of Cups and the upright Virgo energy again. So, like I said, you could be this Virgo, you could be a mature, grounded woman, a businessman or a woman. You could have a high social status, you could be a social butterfly. Excuse me, you could be generous, loyal, prosperous when it comes to financials. You could be independent, wealthy, and a luxury. This is what is meant for you. You're meant to have abundance, or you just have this abundant energy, collective. But like I said, you have some abundance that's for you because you already made your investments, and they just want to hold it from you. They don't want you to have this big pinnacle. They don't want you sitting wealthy, being wealthy, living luxury. And then we got the Knight of Cups and the upright. Scorpio energy, this creative expression. So there could be a Scorpio that's wanting to come in with the romantic offers, or there could just be romantic offers coming in from different directions because these people know that you're this Queen of Pentacles. They want to give you invitations to go out. They want to be gentlemen towards you, collective. They could want to sweep you off your feet, charm you. They could want to date you, be affectionate and warmth and tender now. So now they could be getting creative with the way they bring in these love offers because they know that you're this Queen of Pentacles. They know that eventually you're going to get these investments. Well, not even the investments, this reward, this profit, this inheritance. And then we got the King of Cups in a reverse, Pisces energy again. This Pisces is emotionally immature male who is overly emotional and has the inability to cope. They have anxiety right now. Like I said, this Pisces does not want you to receive what I got it. What I got it. Oh. They want you to be stagnant. They don't want you to receive this either. They don't want you to move on, collective. And the upright, this is moving on. This Pisces cannot move on from you, from the situation. They do not want to move on. They don't want you to move on. They don't want you to move on with another person, which could be this King of Wands in the upright, as well as they don't want you getting this inheritance because they know you're going to move on. Either way, they want to keep you stagnant. So they having anxiety right now because they don't know if you're going to go towards someone or someone's going to come towards you, as well as you getting this inheritance. They don't know when, where, or who going to bring it to you, how it's going to happen, but they anxious right now. They full of anxiety right now because they don't know when it's going to happen, and they know that it's done. They cannot cope with this. They don't want to see you in a stable fucking position. Excuse my language. Maybe this is something. I said something. Maybe this is someone you turned your back on, collective. As you see, the backs is turned. His back turned. You could have turned your back on this person, collective. So maybe they thought that messing with your stability, causing you to be stagnant, was going to keep you in a place where they would be able to come back, or that you will always deal with them and not want to move on from them because you were stagnant. But this person is not a part of your destiny, or they forfeited their destiny when it came to you for doing this to you, for being emotionally immature, wanting you to be isolated, wanting you to feel trapped, victimized, restricted, and bound, and all this dumb shit. So they could have forfeited whatever the connection they had with you or destiny they did have with you. All because they wanted you to be stagnant. They didn't want to treat you right. They don't want to love you right, collective. So now they don't want nobody else to love you right. And then we got returning to one's roots in the reverse, Scorpio energy. So you could be letting go of the past, collective, and focusing on the future. Like I said, if you got Scorpio in your chart, or you could be a Scorpio, you could be maturing, growing up. You could be traveling to faraway places. You could be leaving home to go to a faraway place, collective. Or this could be a Scorpio. Like I said, this Scorpio could be coming towards you with a romantic offer, and they could be having to leave home in order to do this, having to travel to a far away place just to get to you, collective. Like I said, this person got to get real creative when coming towards you. And then we got pain in a reverse Libra energy. So you could be a Libra or got Libra in your chart. Like I said, you could either be a Scorpio, a Libra, or a Virgo. And you could, if you're a Scorpio, you could have Libra or Virgo in your chart, or both, or just mix it around. Y'all know what I'm saying. But pain in a reverse Libra energy. So even though these situations, these betrayals could have caused you a lot of pain, collective, you could be releasing this pain now. You could be overcoming the depression because at one point you could have felt trapped. You could have been depressed. You could have been feeling like you couldn't see through the fog. You couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, collective. You could have been feeling hopeless, like no one would help you. You could have just felt like you were in a crisis. So this could have caused you to be depressed, but you could be overcoming this depression and being more positive in the situation, being optimistic because you know that what's coming to you is going to come to you because you know you've done what you needed to do in this situation. You put the work in. So you may need to forgive in this situation, or you could be forgiving yourself just for allowing certain things to happen, certain people in your life that didn't really deserve a place in your life or a place in your heart, collective. So you could be forgiving yourself because you allowing these people a place in your heart or in your life could have caused you to go through this pain, collective. So you could be forgiving yourself as well as other people involved. But like I said, these people could have thought that they was the magician when really they the magician in the reverse. Magician in reverse, wasting their talents. They didn't attack everything. They didn't attack the root chakra, the sacral chakra. So, like I said, they didn't want you to have a sense of security. Didn't want you to be creative, collective. They wanted to attack your solar plexus chakra. They didn't want you to have power, knowing that you were this high priestess in the upright collective. They wanted to attack your heart chakra. Like I said, they didn't want you to have anyone that would come in and truly love you, collective. They wanted you to always be in situation where you would have to disconnect from the person, disconnect from the relationship, or that person that you were with will feel a disconnect towards you. The situations would always be imbalanced. So they always wanted you in love situations that was imbalanced, unequal, just people that you were incompatible with. It's all they wanted you to have. They could have been attacking your throat chakra. Not could have been, they was. Because we see throat chakra out here a lot too. So they wanted your communication to be fucked up. They want you to be able to communicate clearly. And then we have third eye. They attack your third eye. We had a lot out here too. So they wanted to mess with your intuition because they knew that you were this Queen of Cups in the upright. Not only were you the Queen of Cups, but you were this High Priestess in the upright. These both are very intuitive cards. So you are someone that is highly intuitive, collective. So they attacked your third eye. They didn't want you in this Queen of Cups energy, let alone in this High Priestess energy. And that's why they wanted to bring a death to you or your spiritual transformation. Like I said, either would have been good for them, whichever one they could have done. It would have been good for them because it would have been mission accomplished. It could have also attacked your crown chakra, which I seen crown out here too. So they wanted to attack your light. So, like I said, they could have wanted you to be this magician in the reverse as well. So, because they were the magician in the reverse, not able to manifest, always filled with negativity and deceit, they wanted you the same way. They wanted you to waste your talents because they were wasting their talents. They were wasting their talents trying to get to you, trying to fuck your shit up. So they didn't want you to be able to create collective. They knew you had skill and they didn't want you to be able to use those skills to create. They didn't like your creativity. They wanted you to just waste your creativity, waste your talent so you wouldn't be able to manifest anything because they knew that you had the power to manifest. That's why they attack your crown and your solar plexus because they knew you had the power to manifest. You could be someone who is normally in this sun energy, someone who's very positive, free, fun, optimistic. And they knew that. So they knew they had to attack all of your chakras, attack your chakras at different times as well, in order for it to work in their favor. Like I said, they were attacking your desires and your relationships. That's out here quite a few times. Zaya. They wanted to attack your intellect and communication. Like I said, that's the whole reason for them attacking your throat chakra, your lessons and limitations. So they didn't want you to learn lessons. They wanted you to stay stagnant. What else we got out here? I wanted to attack your healing, your point of healing, even though they was isolating you, which I don't understand. How could you isolate someone and not expect them to go within, not expect them to heal? Shaking my head. What else we got out here? And so I did all these cards right here. Attack your life and your identity. They didn't want you to know who you truly were, collective. They didn't want you to know that you were actually this high priestess, collective. And that's why, again, they wanted to bring a death to your spiritual transformation. So you do not fully awaken to who you are and what you are capable of. They also attack your emotion and security. Again, so they wanted your emotions to be all out of whack. Because normally, like I said, you could be this Queen of Cups and an upright, someone who is mature, someone who is secure, loving, kind, happy. So they wanted you to be insecure. They wanted you to be someone that wasn't so loving. someone who didn't use their intuition. So they pretty much wanted you to be the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Someone who is emotionally immature, someone who is insecure, someone who lacks trust and lacks direction. Then they also could have attacked your hope and fantasy. So, like I said, you could have been in an illusion thinking that you was fulfilling your fantasies. Where you at, Cod? Where you at? You could have been in the illusions that you was fulfilling your fantasies with these options that you had. But really, it was just an illusion because they didn't want your fantasies to be fulfilled. They didn't want you to have hope when it came to these options, or hope that your fantasies will forever be fulfilled. Whatever you dreamed of, they didn't want you to feel like your dreams were possible. They didn't want you to feel like your desires in relationships was possible. Like I said, they didn't want you to be in any loving relationships where it was actually real love. They wanted it to be imbalanced. And then they also attack your power and transformation. Like I said, power and transformation. So they didn't want you to have the power in order to transform. So, like I said, you could have been stuck. You could have been stuck at that point where you were the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Someone who was insecure, someone who lacked direction, someone that was constantly in loveless relationships, trying to cater to people that you weren't compatible with. And then they also could have attacked your luck and abundance, 'cause they didn't want you to have that inheritance. That's why they hid your inheritance from you, collective, because they didn't want you to have any luck or any abundance. They could have also attacked your change and rebellion. So they could have wanted you to be rebellious, or they could have not just wanted you, they could have not wanted you to rebel against them or certain things that they wanted you to do. And you could be someone that does the complete opposite. Like I said, you may have not wanted to do the things that these people were doing. So they didn't want you to rebel against what they were trying to do. They didn't want you to change in the situation. Like I said, collective, they wanted you to be like them. They wanted you to stay stuck and stagnant in what they were into, and not change and move and transform into the journey or onto the journey that was meant for you. They also attack your motivation and action. So they didn't want you to be motivated. Like I said, they wanted you to be stagnant. They didn't want you to take action towards this spiritual transformation. All right, let's see. All right, what else? I'm gonna pour. I said I'm gonna pour the telepathy oracle. Let me clean this stuff up. Hey, those want to come near me. Shit. All right. Any more messages for this reading? Any more messages for collective for this reading? Any more? Damn. It's cause being stubborn. I guess that's the only message. Let's see. Union. The union of divine soul counterparts is a miraculous event that begins when you least expect it. So, yeah, like I was saying in the reading, they didn't want you to come together with someone that was actually going to love you. And like I said, the King of Wands and the upright could very much share the same vision with you, collective. And this could be the union that you have or will have anymore. Oh, now you want to give me some. Now you want to give me some. And then we got confusion. All seekers of truth will experience confusion. Ask the universe to provide the answers you need. So, like I said, they wanted your intuition to be out of whack, be all over the place. So, you could have been confused in the situation when it came to a person, place, or a thing. But if you ask the universe to provide these answers for you, I'm pretty sure you will get them. And then we have clarity. Take a moment to think about your situation to figure it out. So, in this moment of solitude, being this hermit, you would gain spiritual enlightenment, clarity in a situation. You would get the truth, like I said, asking the universe for the truth in the situation could bring you clarity. And you could be doing this while in solitude in this hermit mode. Maybe this is about a union. Maybe you're confused about a union because of all the confusion that's been around you, all the loveless relationships that you've been in. So you could be confused about that. And then we have deep. Look deeply within and discover your soul purpose and relationships. So, yeah, this could definitely have a lot to do with relationships. Maybe, like I said, you could have been in a lot of relationships that was loveless, but maybe you were just supposed to learn something from these relationships, or they were supposed to learn something from you to take into other relationships to learn how to treat people that they really love and vice versa. So your lesson could have been them being taught how to love people that they actually say that they love. And you could have been learning lessons as well, that learning when to walk away and to disconnect from the loveless situations, to not only seek from what's on the outer, the fantasy of it, or who you would think could fulfill your fantasy by the outer or what it appears to be. You could have gotten a lesson or needed to get the lesson on how and when to move on or what to look for in order to move on. So the purpose could have just been learning lessons and also giving lessons. So the purpose necessarily wasn't to stay, it was to get something from them to take with you and vice versa. And we have indication. Watch for signs that lead you to true love. So there could be signs guiding you right now. Like I said, this could be guiding you to try to gain clarity in a situation. And then we have study. Let love show you how to learn from each other. Mm. So, like I just said, that could have been the purpose in these relationships was to learn from each other. Then we have commitment. Commitment is an important factor in building a successful relationship. So, if you were dealing with people that were non committal, or if you were non committal, you now understand after being in these loveless relationships that actually committing to who you want to be in a commitment with is an important factor for the relationship to actually be successful. So both parties actually have to commit in order for it to be successful. 'Cause that's one of the most important factors in building a successful relationship. Then we have embrace. Embrace what fate has in store for you. No, we already know what that is. We already talked about that. And let me see. That's the only card in the deck that's turned over. And this is travel and news. So you could be getting some news. Someone could be traveling towards you, or someone could be returning from a trip or vacation. It could be bad timing. They could be losing motivation because of this news that they received while back on the trip. Like I said in the beginning, if someone passed, someone could have gotten this news while either on a trip or returning from a trip. They could have gotten this news that someone passed away, or it could be bad timing for someone to catch a flight because it could be bad timing due to that flight either being canceled or something happening to where they cannot get to someone that they need to get to or where they need to go. Something could happen because of this bad timing. Now I'm gonna pull the lost girl, maid woman, the high priestess. Any more messages? Any more messages? All right, so we got a father's love. Hmm. So your father could be trying to travel towards you, collective, or you could have needed your father's love or wanted your father's love. And if you wasn't someone that had your father's love, you may have needed to learn these lessons on your own because of not having your father's love. Or this person that you are coming into union with, they could have received their father's love. They could have had their father in their life. Like I had someone, is someone's son out here. So, like I said, so they could know how to actually be a man because they had their father in their life. They were very, uh, they played a very prominent part in their life to become the man that they are. And then we have cutting through the BS. So you could be cutting through any BS at this time. You could be a truth teller, head over heart, confident, analytical. Like I said, you could be this high priestess, this queen of cups in the upright. And then we have twin flame. So whoever you're supposed to be in union with, this could be a twin flame connection. You could be yin and yang. There could be a pulling of the heartstring, and this could be one of your soul's missions. So this could be one of the things that fate has in store for you. You could be an ancient Egyptian goddess from Isis. And then we have strength. You're going through a transformation that is requiring you to remain strong. Like I said, you are going through this spiritual transformation. You are going through a death and a rebirth, a renewal. So, yeah, strength is definitely needed. Where's where's those other cards? Oh, right here. Oh, wait, before I pull them, pull some additionals. These some of the first little cards I made. Like these little paper cards. We need more additionals. Let's see. So we got, my bad, y'all. Y'all already know how I go. Phone be overheating and shit. See, sun want to be all beaming and shit. But like I said, we got Geminis we already had. We have You Are Enough. Just like we had You Are Beautiful, The Way You Are, Collective. Then we have a Leo, as we already pulled Leo in the beginning of the read. Taurus also involved, as we already pulled Taurus numerous a time. And we pulled Cancer as well. And we have Keep Going Collective. So whatever you are investing in, keep going, don't stop. You could be homeless at this time, or someone could be homeless. And then we have in the springtime, so you could be homeless in the springtime, or you could have been homeless since the springtime. And then we have your guides are with you. So your guides are definitely with you through this time of being homeless. And then we have jail time. People are definitely receiving jail time, as we had 10-year sentence out here. So someone or some of these people, if not all these people, will receive in legal fees in jail time, a 10-year sentence for some, if not all. All right. Now I'm gonna pull a few Archangel Oracle. I'm not gonna pull too many. Hopefully, not too many come out, because I know my phone about to reheat again, and I'm already always low on my battery because it don't like to charge much when I have it on the charger. That's why I be reheating so fast anyway. But again, y'all like, share, and subscribe, please, to try and get my videos out there in the algorithm. Like I said, if you would like to donate, the information is in the description box. It's definitely needed and will be definitely appreciated. All right, so we got overcoming difficulties, as we already had. You could be overcoming difficulties instead of allowing yourself to be defeated. You could be getting help from Archangel Jeremiel. The worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges at this time. And you already know I be doing the additional messages. So the additional message for overcoming difficulties is: the challenges you face have made you strong. have taught you new lessons. Instead of becoming bitter, you've opened your heart with compassion toward people in similar situations. You've let go of any blame or feelings of victimhood. This is why you are now overcoming your previous challenges. Your positive outlook is attracting 11 solution and new situations at a higher level of spiritual understanding. Stay positive. Working with Archangel Jeremiel. Jeremiel's name means mercy of God. And when you call upon him, Jeremiel delivers mercy to you and everyone involved. Jeremiel guides you and others to act in loving ways. He also helps you adopt a merciful outlook, which enables you to consistently treat yourself with respect and tender loving care. And we got take back your power. So, Archangel Raziel could be guiding you with this. Use your God given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. The additional message for take back your power. You are luminary, a sage, a wise one, a high priestess, a high priest, a wizard, and a supreme manifester. Now is the time to summon up your spiritual strength and power and put your authority into action. Loving and firmly transform your intentions into reality. Say prayers about your intentions and ask for guidance and signs to shape your manifestations to the highest possible level. Working with Archangel Raziel, me, name Archangel Raziel's name means secrets of God. And this archangel will help you understand stoic spiritual ideas and apply them in practical ways. Call upon Raziel to assist your alchemic alchemical work or whatever to turn ideas into gold. And then we have chakra clearing. Archangel Metatron could be guiding you with chakra clearing. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. In the additional message for chakra clearing, Metatron uses sacred geometry shapes to clear and align the chakra energy centers in our bodies. Mentally ask Metatron to open your chakras, and he'll gently send his Metatron cube, the shape pictured in the card illustration, through the crown chakra at the top of your head. The cube rotates downward, cleaning psychic toxins from your body and chakras. When your chakras are clear, you'll feel more energized and have increased intuition. Working with Archangel Metatron, Metatron's aura is beautiful violet and sea foam green stripes. The crystal aligned with Metatron's energy is watermelon tourmaline. And then we have passion. Archangel Haniel is working with you in regards to passion. Trust and follow your renewed passion in love, life, and career. The additional message is playing it safe can lead to staleness and depression. You've asked for more happiness and definite direction. I've lit the flame of passion in your heart to lead and guide you. It's safe for you to take risks and follow your heart's desire. Ask me to be your partner along your path of passion to guide and nurture you. When you feel a strong knowingness alongside a burning passion, pay attention, as this is my way of giving you information about your next step. Working with Archangel Haniel. Haniel's name means glory of God. Haniel can help you give glory to God by living at your highest potential. She'll groom your hidden talents and help you polish your skills. Then, when you apply your masterful ways to your true passions, divine magic occurs. And then we have comfort for our last one. Archangel Azrael could be guiding you with comfort. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. And the additional message for comfort is even the strongest person experiences upsetting situations, and there's no shame in taking time to heal your heart. This is a good time for quiet reflection upon your true feelings. Write them down in a private journal, then call upon me to bring comfort to your heart and mind. I can help you sleep better at night and put your mind at ease. Working with Archangel Azrael. Azrael's aura is a beautiful shade of vanilla cream, a very pale yellow tone. He surrounds grieving and dying persons with this loving light to bring them comfort. When Azrael is around, you may see eggshell colored twinkling lights in the room. The crystal creamy yellow calcite is calibrated to Azrael's energy, so holding or wearing this crystal may lend additional comfort. And that was your Archangel Oracle messages. But that was you guys' reading. Hope you guys enjoyed. Deuces. I